Hi guys, it's Debbie Bubbles, and today the Community Tribe is presenting you with a child abuse prevention and awareness collaboration. Did you know that every year in the United States, 3.6 million referrals are made to protection agencies, involving at least 6.6 million children? That's every single year. Some of those referrals may include multiple children as well. Here's another disheartening, alarming, and just downright pitiful fact. The United States is #1 in abuse of children. We have the worst record among all industrialized nations. This shouldn't be happening. This needs to stop, and it needs to stop yesterday. If you see abuse, hear of abuse, know of abuse, you report it, and you report it immediately. Matters none whether you're scared. What about that child? What about their life? They need an advocate. You need to advocate for them. Abuse changes a person. It changes not only your immediate person, it changes your mind, your emotions, your body, your reactions, your future. No one deserves to be abused. Children were not created and put here to be abused. They are here to be loved and cared for, and they need to know that they are safe. They need to be safe. They need someone to stand up and be their hero. We all need a hero. We have a savior, but they need a right here on this earth, walking around, living, breathing in their presence at this very moment, hero. They absolutely 100% have the Lord on their side, and he put you here too. If not you, then who? We walk around saying that we are God's hands and feet. When are we going to prove it? When are we going to step out of our comfort zones and help the most uncomfortable people? When are we going to be to that child what some of us ourselves needed? When? If not now, when? There's no time to wait. There's no time to waste. A hero, someone to advocate, someone to wrap their arms around, to wrap your heart around, is needed now. And again, child abuse, neglect, sexual abuse, mental, physical, emotional abuse, it all happens in so many different forms. A lot of times it's right there up under your nose, and you don't notice it because we're so busy being busy doing nothing. We've got to have our eyes and ears to the ground. We've got to be more tuned in to the people of the world around us and stop just looking out for self and our own personal gain in situations. We've got to stop being concerned about our comfort. We've got to put the child first, put the children first, put the teens first. They need someone on their side, and you can be absolutely 100% what they have need of. And so many of us have it to give, and yet we don't. We shy away. Why? We've got to get uncomfortable. You need to be uncomfortable with being comfortable. We're comfortable in our homes. We're comfortable with what we have and what we know and what's going on in our personal world. But you've got to become uncomfortable enough with that you affects someone else's life and world in a positive way. You've got to be the voice for someone who has no voice. I'll share with you a story of someone. I've been given permission to share this. No names will be shared, but there was a young man who shared with me that he hated, absolutely 100% hated, when the school year would come to an end for the summer, when there was a Christmas break, when there was a spring break, any holidays where they were out of school. He absolutely hated it. Reason being that when they weren't in school, he and his siblings, there was no meal. There was no food. When school was going on, they could have a hot meal or whatever was provided at the school. There was a breakfast and there was a lunch. Coming home, there was typically no dinner. There were no snacks, no in between, no nothing. He shared that there was a summer that for the longest period of time, all they had to eat was a loaf of bread that was provided for them by a parent who lived actively in the home with them. They rationed and shared that bread until they ran out, and they spent time just out and about playing with kids who they were hoping would have a lunch, and whose parents would think, hey, you want to come in? Have something to eat with them. Here's some chips, here's some soda. Because they knew at home they had nothing, y'all. This isn't right. That wasn't right then. It's not right now. We have got to change. And we've got to change for the better. We've got to do it now. Now, it's a story of neglect and abuse on so many levels. And there's so much more to that story. And we won't even get into that today. But there's children out there who are being abused sexually. There are children out there being abused physically. There are children who are enduring emotional abuse from the people who say that they're going to love them, y'all. We've got to do better. When are we going to start protecting the least of these? When are we going to reach out and take care of God's babies? Open your hearts, open your minds, open your eyes to the world around you. And let's start making a difference, y'all. Let's start making a difference, and let's start doing it today. I know this video was a long one. I don't apologize for that. There's so much more that could have been said and should be said. But y'all, just open up your hearts. When you're on your knee in prayer, when you're in their prayer closet, when you're meditating, when you're speaking to the Lord, ask Him to show you who has a need that you can meet. And then be obedient and meet that need. I love you. I'm praying for you. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.